We all carry invisible weights. Burdens that others can't see, struggles that go unnoticed behind closed doors. This is a story about a mother and daughter who thought they understood each other's lives, until they were forced to live them. It's a story about judgment, empathy, and the moment everything changes. This is Switching Shoes. The fight started like so many others. Small at first, a forgotten chore, a dismissed concern, voices rising in the kitchen. But this time, it erupted. "You don't understand me." The daughter's words weren't just loud, they were desperate, raw, echoing off the walls like a plea that had been held in for too long. The mother stood there, exhausted, her own frustration boiling over. "You have no idea what I go through every single day for you. Two people. Same home. Worlds apart." That night, something impossible happened. Maybe it was magic, maybe it was the universe answering an unspoken prayer, but when they woke up the next morning, everything had changed. The mother opened her eyes to find herself staring at posters she didn't recognize. The daughter woke up with an aching back she'd never felt before. They had switched bodies. The daughter, now in her mother's body, stumbled through the morning in a fog. The alarm had gone off at 5:30 a.m. 5:30. She didn't even know morning started that early. Her body, her mother's body, felt heavy. Tired before the day had even begun. She made breakfast with hands that moved on autopilot, muscle memory guiding her through routines she'd never noticed. The coffee that brewed. The lunches that packed themselves. The bills scattered across the counter, each one a small crisis waiting to happen. At work, she felt the weight of responsibility crushing down. Deadlines. Demanding bosses. Co-workers depending on her. Every decision mattered. Every mistake had consequences. And the money, God, the money. Calculating every purchase. Choosing between groceries and gas. The constant, gnawing anxiety of never having enough. By lunchtime, she understood the exhaustion in her mother's eyes. By dinner, she understood the sharpness in her mother's voice. By bedtime, she understood why her mother sometimes closed her bedroom door just to cry. Her mother wasn't just tired. She was carrying the weight of an entire family on shoulders that were already breaking. The mother, meanwhile, walked into a battlefield she'd forgotten existed. High school. She thought she remembered what it was like. She was wrong. Every hallway felt like a gauntlet. Every glance from another student felt like judgment. The groups that formed and dissolved like weather patterns, one moment you're in, the next you're invisible. She sat in her daughter's classes and felt the pressure to perform, to be perfect, to please everyone while somehow still being herself. Teachers expected excellence. Friends expected loyalty. Social media expected a version of her that didn't exist. And the silence, the crushing, suffocating silence of not being heard. She raised her hand in class, and her ideas were dismissed. She tried to talk to friends about what she was feeling, but the conversation shifted before she could finish. She came home wanting to share her day, but the words died in her throat because who had time to listen? The insecurities hit her like waves. Her daughter's body didn't feel like home, it felt like a costume she was failing to wear correctly. Too much here. Not enough there. Every mirror was a reminder of everything she wasn't. The peer pressure was relentless. The need to fit in. To not be weird. To not be too much or not enough. By the end of the day, she finally understood why her daughter came home and went straight to her room. It wasn't rebellion. It was survival. When they switched back the next morning, neither of them spoke at first. They sat across from each other at the kitchen table, both changed, both seeing the other clearly for the first time. The daughter's eyes were filled with tears. "Mom. I had no idea." The mother reached across the table, taking her daughter's hand. "Neither did I, sweetheart. Neither did I." They talked. Really talked. About the exhaustion. The fear. The pressure. The loneliness that comes from feeling like no one truly sees you. And in that conversation, something healed. Not everything. Not all at once. But something fundamental shifted between them. The daughter started helping more, not because she was forced to, but because she understood. The mother started listening more, not just hearing words, but truly listening to the pain beneath them. They both carried invisible burdens. They always had. But now, they carried them together. We all walk through life in shoes only we can feel. We judge others without knowing the blisters they hide. We assume strength without seeing the moments they crumble. We demand understanding without offering it first. But here's the truth, everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Your mother. Your daughter. Your friend. The stranger on the street. Everyone carries invisible burdens. And judgment, harsh, quick, easy judgment, dissolves the moment we truly understand another's struggles. So before you speak in anger, before you dismiss someone's pain, before you assume you know their story, try walking in their shoes. You might be surprised by how heavy they are.